Okay, ready for a group ride today, but I thought it was at 7 o'clock and it looks like it's not till 7:15. So I have a bit of time to get things ready, get the old watch, Apple Watch, working, which always takes a couple of tries. And I'm the only, I think I'm the only, there's only 7 of us in the pen right now. So anyways, we'll be back when it gets closer to start time. For today's, it's the Herd Saturday Donut Ride. It's kind of an introduction to a group ride. We're riding with the herd today. And it's a kind of recovery easy ride that's going to last 60 minutes. We'll edit this video down to a short amount of time. But I thought if for anybody who wanted to kind of know what it's new to Zwift and wants to know what a group ride is all about, this is the perfect opportunity to check it out. See you soon. So we have a minute to go for the Herd Saturday Donut Ride. Recovery ride for some, hard ride for others. The advertised pace on this ride, this group ride, is about 1.7 watts per kilogram. And you will see in these rides 2 banners, a red banner, which is the sweeps. They're there to help people catch back up to the pack if they fall behind. And then there's a yellow banner, which is the ride leader. And you're encouraged to stay in and around the yellow banner. They really try to encourage you not to take off the front. That just spreads everybody out, and it's really meant to be a group ride. There's a red banner, sort of like a red, a banner that's set to ride in front of the ride leader, and that's to try to just give you a warning if you catch up to it that you're getting a little bit too far ahead and to ease off. And let's switch my view here back to the default. We have just over 122 people for a Saturday night ride. It's good. Herd rides are always popular. And if you fall off the back, let's get out of first person, back to third person view. If you fall off the back, it is tough to get back on the pack. So I got to just work a little hard to get up to the main group. I wasn't really paying attention when we started. But it is encouraged that if you want a harder ride, fall back with the sweeps and you can help bring people back. So this is an example of a group ride. And once you're in the pack, you can settle down, take advantage of the pack dynamics, the drafting, and have a nice relaxing ride. There, I caught back up. One thing I will say about these herd rides, that they always ride at the advertised pace. So you can count on them. They're very popular. Literally get hundreds of people each ride. We have 131. This is on a Saturday night in the daylight savings time, Eastern North America. I'm in Ontario, Canada. You'll have a lot of people in the time zone of Australia, Eastern Australia, which their early morning ride, Sunday morning. So you'll often hear referred to as an after party, and that is when the ride is over, a lot of people will continue and do a longer ride. And just people that stick around join up, and they'll ride at various paces. For these rides, the ride leader can choose a course that's not open to the public on a particular day. So when the ride's over, you can stay on this course and it's a closed course, but often it's a public course. And during these rides, you only see other riders that are riding your group ride. But when the ride is over, you'll see everybody else. So for the after party, unless you know people, or unless you are wearing the herd kit, which everybody's wearing right now, and unless you're wearing that, it's hard to know who's part of the herd. Or sometimes people have heard their name. Now my default kit in Zwift is the herd kit, and you get that after you ride any of the herd group rides or the herd race, so it's there for you. You can see on the little map on the right that red banner up ahead. I don't know if it's set maybe like 30 seconds in front of the ride leader or something like that. And you just get a message to please return to group if you hit it. There's some people that always go in front of it, and there's a few flyers that'll take off, but most people hang around in and around the yellow banner, which is the whole point of the ride. So like many group rides and races, the herd rides have a Discord channel, which is basically a chat channel, and people can chat and get to know each other. And it's always a lot of fun. You can choose just to listen, and you can participate. It's up to you. And that's on the event page, web page. They have a link to the chat channel, the Discord channel. And that's what I'm listening to right now. But my mic is set to silent mode, so when I'm not talking to the channel, I'm not bothering them. And there's often, there's a number of sprints usually on the courses, and that's why you'll see some people sprint ahead. And they're encouraged just to back off after the sprint. But you can get some really good sprint times, especially if you start at the back and use the large group for drafting. And another advantage doing this group ride and joining the Discord channel, if you have any questions, any technical questions about Zwift or any questions at all, just ask away. And you get to hear people from all over the world, their experiences and happenings in their part of the world. It's really interesting. Great way to connect people. So here's the sweep. That red little icon is over the sweep. The sweep has just brought some people up, and because they ride hard and the people falling behind use them as a draft, when they catch up they back off, but they tend to coast through the group, and you'll see in a second that we'll pass them as they back off. So right now on the on the Discord channel, there's some chat about technical parts of connecting to Zwift. There's people that have been doing this for many years and are very knowledgeable. And about it's quite, it was funny, I was doing a herd ride a couple weeks ago, and on the chat, we were talking about where everyone's from, and I am literally just down the road from one of the herd organizers. I can literally look out of my window here and probably see his house, or close to it. So you see that the advertised pace is around 1.7 watts per kilogram. Now depending on your weight, you'll go a little bit different speed, but I'm doing 1.2, 1.3, and because I'm in the pack, the draft dynamics make things a lot easier. Now if I was to fall off the pack at the back, it would take significant effort to catch up. You'll see too at this, on the herd, you're part of the herd, I guess the name comes from a herd of cows, so you'll see a lot of mooing, or sometimes if a herd rider passes you as you're out on one of the open free rides, they'll say moo Wayne or something, because I have the herd kit on. You identify each other easy. Give a little wave. What always amazes me is these ride leaders can type and chat. Maybe they got a couple macros, shortcuts for some common phrases, or maybe they have a spouse or family member or friend with them that does the typing. I'm not sure, but a lot of them are quite talented riders, and whenever they do a D lead or a D ride, this is so easy for them. They sit back and type on their phone with a keypad. What you doing there, Lexi? Yeah, just come and lie down. My dog is not crazy about staying in this room when I'm on the bike, but tonight she has no choice. So as we start to head into spring here, a lot of the people from this Northern Hemisphere will start going outside and riding, and it still stays, there's still a large number that on Zwift and do Zwift rides, whether it's just bad weather or just as a second ride of the day. And then the Southern Hemisphere, as winter approaches, we have more of them coming on Zwift. Well, most people just keep their membership going the whole year, I think. Because you're always guaranteed to have friends on Zwift. The herd has a bunch of regular rides during the weekend and smaller group rides. But popular rides include for my time zone, the Monday night Mellow Monday recovery, easy 1.5 kilogram watts per kilogram ride. Wacky Wednesday, another easy ride. Tuesdays it's Turn It Up Tuesday, a little bit quicker. And Thursday's Thirsty Thursday, which I think is about one of the quickest rides. That's a regular group ride, not a race. The herd has a racing series, women's only series. They have a number of teams together in various categories that race, and I always encourage people to try out for their teams. So just check it out on their page on Facebook, or the herd has a site, just Google it and you'll find it. So this ride is a little bit quicker. It's almost similar to their Turn It Up Tuesday rides, which is around 1.7 watts per kilogram. Their Mondays and Wednesday rides are easier than this. I want easy effort today, mostly in my aerobic, or what looks, you can see on the power curve here, the blue zone or green zone, but hopefully more the blue, which is around 70-75% heart rate, because tomorrow I want to do my last Tour of Utopia ride so I can get the Tour of Utopia kit. And this week it's been makeup days if you missed any of their regular rides, and there's 5 on the Tour of Utopia. And tomorrow I need to do the Alpe de Zwift, which is one of the biggest climbs on Zwift. So it's a couple hours of just climbing. It's a copy of the Alpe d'Huez that the Tour de France rides, all 24 or 26 hairpin turns. So it's a challenge, and that is what I got on tomorrow. So tonight is just going to be the hour, relatively easy ride. These, it's called Mercury Island map. It's a relatively new map. Started, I guess, in the fall, maybe around the time the Olympics were over there. And so I'm not as familiar with the courses, and there's a number of courses here. I haven't really ridden a lot of them. And some of these courses really go around and quite windy through the city and through rooftops. And then there's some out in the countryside. A number, I think, of dirt rides where you need to choose a dirt bike or a gravel bike. If you go any of these dirt rides, the Zwift algorithm will work to make it harder if you're on a road bike. Much easier if you're on a dirt bike. One thing I learned today, actually, is there's a lot of pros that ride on Zwift. And, of course, you see a name like, oh, whatever, one of the pros, like Mark Cavendish, for example. Someone posted on the Herd Facebook page, and I ran past, or I saw Mark Cavendish go by, and I'm thinking, well, how do you know if it's really him? I guess anybody can choose a name or have a similar name, but apparently there's an icon. I think it's like an orange shirt or something, and that Zwift has certified that that account does belong to that person. So over the months I have seen a couple of these shirts, and I just thought maybe they were, you know, the fastest sprinter over the last few hours on that part of the ride or something, but apparently it's a Zwift certification that that account is legitimate. So I'm going to take note of who these names when I see them again. So I'll be watching for that as well. So I can see that the yellow banner is 30 meters behind me, which is fine. I'm well behind the red banner. I should call them a yellow beacon. The yellow beacon, the red beacon is the sweet, and the red banner is what's in front. Let's just take a peek behind us. We just passed the sprint zone. All these cherry blossom trees are making it quite a busy view. There's everybody. There's the yellow banner right there. So what you're catching a glimpse of here is the red banner. I'll try to pop ahead a bit and see what happens. There, I just pass it. Yet this little return to group shows up. So we'll just ease off and let the yellow beacon catch up a bit. So when you're going downhill, if the leader holds the pace at 1.7, they will come back by very quick. And you can get dropped very quickly, so just pay attention. Okay, I see the yellow banner popping up at the bottom of my screen there. They're 40 meters behind. I'm okay. Take a look behind, see where he is. Oh, he's right there. Okay. I find uphills not a problem keeping the yellow banner in check, but downhills can be tricky because you naturally tend to ease off. But if they're keeping the advertised pace, they're flying. Even more evident if you ride with one of the pacers on Zwift. where it's a bot that sticks to a certain pace. Going up, it's easy to get in front of them, but going downhill, you got to make sure you do the same effort. We have 156 people on this ride tonight. And the chat has been quite active. But I don't think anybody that I follow is riding tonight. And Saturday, when I'll do the rides in the morning. All right, we got just under 15 minutes to go. We drop back, see what the sweeps are up to. See things from their perspective. Nyokyo, all-nighter. Loop is done. I will say I'm not a big fan of it. I feel like I'm riding in downtown. Much prefer the kind of country loops, especially like a lot of the France or Innsbruck. I even like the London. Yeah, even crossing the river, maybe because I'm familiar with that place. And Box Hill and so forth is kind of neat. English countryside is always nice. New York, I love the New York courses. I love the loops around Central Park. We'll get to all those. But the next course is Help to Zwift tomorrow. All right. Let's get back to the red banner. See what things are like back there. I'm not going to be riding hard and following them as they sweep people back. But just see things from a different perspective. There goes the group. Let me just show you, okay, I'm off the back. I'll just watch the effort I need to put in just to get back to them. They're going around 1.7. If this was a quicker ride, like somewhere around 2 watts a kilogram, I really have to push it. I don't know if I could stick with it. Oh, still not catching up. But there you go, I'm like almost 2.9 watts. So you get the point. You gotta work hard. They have the blob effect. Hence why the sweeps are so valuable. They're strong riders, and I'm sure they'll push 3.5 watts a kilogram to bring people back. But if you fall off, you gotta also be able to, even though you're getting draft effect, you still have to be pushing hard, which is hard if you've fallen back because you're exhausted. So I think the sweeps are particularly beneficial to those that fall off because maybe they lost a connection and had to stop for a second or whatever, from paying attention. And I think if you want a harder ride, going back and helping the sweeps gives them a bigger blob to bring those people that are more tired back. Because you'll get more draft in a bigger blob than you had with a single person. There goes the yellow beacon around the corner. If you want the sweeps to help you, really I think you have to be on Discord, or else you have to chat online to let them know that you want help, because they can't guess. Some people just drop back. Now, how come those guys went a different way? What's going on? Huh. Must be a little glitch. Oh, here's the sweeps. So there you get a perspective from all angles today. And I'm sure there's people really taking it easy. And behind me, well, they're not visible. I'm sure there's a couple. Yeah, there's someone way back. I can see on the map on the top right. I've really lost everybody. Which is on purpose. But as you can see, I'm falling further back, yet probably my efforts are the same as if I was in the blob in the pack. But yeah, of course, as I can see on the chart on the right, there's a number of people behind me taking it easy tonight. I don't understand who that group that just went the other way, because it's a closed course. But well, when I say closed course, I mean when you do a ride, you only see the people in the ride. It is a configurable setting, but it's always set that way for most rides, so people can see who else is in the group. But that's been just a little glitch, the server, and showing a group going the other way. Unless this course loops back on itself and those guys were really far out front. Now that could have been the case. And we're down to our final 90 seconds. And that is a group ride. The Herd Saturday Night Donut Ride. Everybody's signing off at Discord now. Yeah, for sure those people riding against us are just really far out front, the flyers. They've done the loop up ahead, and they're heading back. All right, hope you enjoyed this brief ride. Alp to Zwift is next. My heart rate stayed well under 120, which is perfect. All right, signing off.